Hello, everybody, and welcome to Season 2 of Hi Mom, the podcast, a friendship simulation podcast with your friend, Kevin. And more importantly, hi, Mom. We're back, everybody, with Season 2. And what you're about to listen to is a Star Wars Vision discussion with my friend Chafos, the guy who actually produced our our Hi Mom theme. It's him. I wanted to make sure I mentioned it in the recording, and we just kind of jumped into the discussion on Star Wars Visions that I never really got to give him the proper thanks that he deserves for allowing us to use his music, or allowing me to use his music in my podcast. So I'm really happy to have Chafos on the show. Speaking of Chafos and Chafos, I actually asked him how you say his name, because I always read it as Chafos, but he said Chafos, and then he didn't really give me an answer. He just wanted to jump right into the topic of Star Wars Vision, so we kind of just did that, and we never really got an answer. But he is the perfect guy to have had this discussion with, because the man really knows his Star Wars lore, and he really knows his anime. He like just name drops like directors, and he name drops animation studios, and then like he like just goes ahead and fills me in on some of the Star Wars lore that I'm not familiar with. Like I know very basic Star Wars lore. I consider myself a very casual, I considered myself a very casual Star Wars fan, and then I just kind of wanted nothing really to do with it. But he kind of fills me in on. But he goes ahead and fills me in on the lore of Star Wars whenever it's necessary. He really does a fantastic job of just being the knowledgeable one, and me really not doing such a great job of knowing what's going on. He watched this 2 times for the show. Well, he watched it when it originally came out back in June or July or the summer, whenever it came out, and then he watched it all over again for the actual episode, and I watched it only once because I don't have Disney Plus, and I knew that I was gonna resubscribe just to watch it, but I think that I needed to spend a little bit more time with each episode and digest it a little bit better, and that's why Chafos is the actual star of this episode, and I'm really just giving him the platform to geek out over Star Wars Visions, because like I said, he did such a great job. And but before we actually get into the meat and bones of the episode, to kind of give you guys all a little bit of inside baseball, this is actually the second episode that I recorded for Hi Mom. There's an episode that I recorded on Eastward with my buddy Nick that is technically the first episode that I recorded for Season 2 that will come out next, but because right now is around Christmas time, and if you're familiar with the lore of Hi Mom from Season 1, I mentioned that I really only enjoy thinking about Star Wars during the holidays because of the way that Disney decided to release Star Wars, the sequel trilogy, and those in-between films, except for Solo, I guess. But nonetheless, yeah, man, that's where I'm at. And because Christmas is around here, and it's December, I decided to release this episode now, and we will get the Eastward episode afterwards. So just be a little bit more patient with me, Nick, if you're listening. Our episode's going to come out next. But without further ado, let's get into Star Wars Visions. I got another friend with me today. His name is Chafos.
I'm Chafos, or Chafos.
Chafos?
You can say it however.
Oh, okay. I honestly don't even know how to say your name, man.
I say it into speech recognition. It just doesn't know what I'm saying, so it doesn't matter.
Cool. So which one do you prefer?
This is a Star Wars Visions episode. Woohoo! We're gonna talk about Star Wars.
All right. We're talking about Star Wars Visions today. I know it's a little bit late since Star Wars Visions came out. When did it come out? Like during the summer or something?
It came out September 22nd of this year, which was a few months ago.
Oh,
We've had some time to digest it.
Yeah. Did you have to rewatch any of these episodes?
I rewatched all of them.
Cool. I watched it all for the first time because I don't have Disney Plus. And but I subscribed just to watch it, and
I mean, why would you have Disney Plus? I got to rant about this for a sec.
Go for it.
Their subtitles are so bad. They don't follow what's being said. I know why. It's because they follow the dub instead of the whatever language you're actually watching it in.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just don't show up. You click like subtitles, English, no subtitles. You click subtitles off. Subtitles? Why? Make it make sense. And now Disney Plus is going to release a ton more anime, and the subtitles just don't work. So they got to get on that.
Yeah, I picked up on that too. I think maybe in the second episode, I was just like, yeah, that wasn't what was said.
Yeah.
And I didn't even bother listening to the dub. I remember you telling me that. It's like, no, the Japanese version is the original version. So it's like, oh, cool.
It is. I watched both.
That's perfect. How was the dub?
To know. It's okay. It's pretty much what you would expect. It's not like better or worse. There's maybe like one character I found in Lop and Ocho that was just not as good, but the rest was just whatever. Okay. Sounds fine.
I think I'll have to check it out afterwards. So how do you
inoffensive?
What's up?
It's inoffensive.
Inoffensive. All right.
That's how I would describe the dub.
I kind of imagine that it would be. I mean, I think dubs these days are kind of middle of the road by default.
Yeah.
But anyways, so what did you think of Star Wars Visions?
I thought it was great. I want to see more of it. I'm glad it exists.
That's cool.
Why does this exist? Let's talk about that.
All right.
Why do you think this exists?
All right, I think that it exists because shit, man, you kind of put me on the spot on that one.
Like, are there tons of people demanding for Star Wars anime? Because I feel like I'm the only one. I've wanted this forever. Always, they should make a Star Wars anime, and now they finally made a Star Wars anime. And
I feel like it makes sense.
I'm
though,
jumping in my seat. It makes so much sense. That's why I want it.
Yeah. When it finally came out, I completely was like, yes, all right, it's here. It should have been here all along. I feel like every time that they come out with some type of animated series,
and it's not
it kind of looks gross.
Yes, and it's not anime inspired. It's explicitly anime. They've gathered a bunch of prolific anime creators to make an explicitly anime Star Wars anthology series.
Yeah.
Unlike Star Wars Resistance, which was just bad.
I don't know that one. I
don't blame you.
Resistance. Is that the... Wait, hold on. I have to look that one up. Is that... I think that's the one that's supposed to be like super kid...
It's supposed to look like anime, but it doesn't really. It's all cel-shaded.
Let me see.
Yeah, so I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I watched all Star Wars. I watched all the movies, all the spin-off movies, even the old stuff like the Holiday Special, the Ewok Adventures. I've seen all of the Clone Wars, all of Rebels. What else is there? Almost all of Resistance. I just couldn't do it, man.
Almost all of Resistance. Bad. That's yeah. I do remember when this one came out, and I think it did get a lot of flack because of how bad it looked, and I never I think once it actually came out, I don't remember anybody.
It's just
ever
a kids show. It's just a dumb kids show.
Okay.
Except it's not, because the plot is directly relevant to the sequel trilogy, and that annoys me so much in Star Wars. They keep making all these spin-off movies, and
Like
even
they're
the
trying
main
to connect it to the
movies,
MCU
they're like,
type of thing, like connect it,
yes.
have it all connect like the MCU.
And that works for the MCU, but it doesn't work for Star Wars. These need to be like standalone stories. Like Star Wars Visions, which is all standalone stories, and it's awesome, and I love it.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna ask you, because I, I, I don't know, man. When this really came out, I knew that I wanted to talk about this, and then when Hi Mom started taking its second shape and stuff, like you were the one that I was like, okay, this is the person to talk to about this because I know how much you like Star Wars. You just explained yourself, but you watched all of it, but also just the anime aspect, dude. You're one of the biggest anime fans that I know of, and I kind of read your tweets.
I have no life.
You know what, Chafos, I don't care. I look to you for guidance when it comes to this stuff. I read your tweets when you talk about Star Wars, and then
I love anime.
Yeah,
I love anime. I love Star Wars.
Oh my gosh,
this
dude,
is perfect for me.
I'm so grateful that you were you were talking about Ranking of Kings. Like that's one of my favorite things right now.
Ranking of Kings is awesome. Let's not get off track though.
yeah, for sure. So, all right. So this is an anthology series.
Wait. About Ranking of Kings, Studio Wit. No Studio Wit short in Visions here. They're seemingly absent. I would have loved to see a Wit Studio Star Wars Visions. That would have been awesome. They're very busy though, so kind of understandable.
Maybe if they come out with a season 2. Like I think right before we started recording, I was trying to look up a character name from the episode on I think it was the Ninth Jedi, and
the Ninth Jedi.
It's, I think the director of it said that he would like to continue the storyline for the Ninth Jedi. So maybe they'll come.
That would make sense. That's one that could be expanded on.
I agree. I also think that about Lop and Ocho.
Yeah.
There's a few on here that kind of feel like proof of concepts.
Yeah. They all kind of feel like proof of concepts to me, really.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, maybe that was the whole point of this. But I mean,
maybe we can only speculate.
I mean, going back to your question on why do I think that this exists? I think it's just to maybe put these little pilot type episodes out there and see which ones people really gravitate towards, and then kind of maybe hopefully we'll get these animation studios to kind of continue on that story where they can expand upon it. But I wanted to ask you, man, which one was your favorite?
That's kind of a hard question. I'll tell you which one was my least favorite.
Oh please, I also was gonna ask you that.
That was The Elder from Trigger.
Yeah.
Do you want to just talk about these in like the order?
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
The right order.
Sure. So you want to go back up to the Duel?
That's how I've made my notes. Yeah, let's talk about the Duel.
Okay. All right.
The Duel.
I think that the Duel was because of the aesthetic that they went with, I feel like it kind of really set the tone for what we were about to get. Like, oh, this is not your typical Star Wars series. Like, it's gonna really be playing with what you expect. Like, we're definitely giving these we're lending out the IP to these Japanese studios, and then insert Japanese culture into Star Wars story. And I think that having an Akira Kurosawa like the aesthetic into an anime, like into this episode was just like, I was like, oh shit, yeah, that makes sense. What do you think?
It totally does. The whole Kurosawa influence in this one is very strong.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially in the costume designs is something that really stood out to me, because it's like, oh yeah, it looks like Star Wars. They have the Star Wars aliens. There's like a Trandoshan, and he's just in a samurai getup. It's awesome. Yeah, the whole style. This one was made by Kamikaze Doga. Are you familiar with them?
No.
They did all of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure openings, and also Batman Ninja, which is amazing.
Okay, cool.
Because this short, it feels like Batman Ninja. It's basically just Batman Ninja, but they've replaced Batman with Star Wars.
Oh, cool. I've been wanting to watch Batman Ninja, like, I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, so the whole short, I didn't even notice at first, but the whole thing is in CG, and they've just applied all these filters to make it look like drawn.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
What did you think of the story?
I thought it was all it needed to be, really. I wasn't like craving more of this story.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I
think very like there's this theme of redemption that goes on, and that's kind of just the whole thing. We've got the Ronin. He's searching for kyber crystals. He's going around killing Siths, it's implied. And there's a fight. Does some good stuff, and that's the end.
Yeah, I think when you said it's all it needed to be, I think that's the perfect way to describe it, because I felt that this one was complete. I wouldn't be surprised if they do come out with a season 2 that we wouldn't get anything else.
I think this one has a book they wrote. I haven't read it. I just know there is a book about this short.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna have to look into that one. The Duel. Okay, cool. I think one of my favorite moments in this one was when the Ronin told the I think the tea shop owner, he's just like, "Hey, fix my droid by the time I get back, or by the time the water boils." And
I loved that. It created so much tension later on when they're fighting.
Yeah.
And you hear the pot boil, and you're like, "Oh, what's gonna happen?"
Yeah. Yeah.
The droid
that was
flying
really cool.
out, causing chaos. It's awesome. There's some great fight choreography in this. They start in the village fighting, right? We get this sick shot of the Ronin just walking through all this crazy blaster fire that's going on in the background. He's just completely calm, walking towards the Sith, and she comes down with her umbrella saber, and he unsheaths his Sith blade, and they're like, "Oh, it's red! Whoa!" And then they fight. They fight in the village, and then they're fighting not in the village. They're fighting like near the water, and then they get on the log, and then the logs are going down the river, and then they're fighting in the waterfall. It's just they go all over the place, and it's a lot like a Kurosawa film in that regard.
Yeah, I thought the way that ended with the way he defeated her was really clever. Like I didn't really see it coming.
He tricks her.
Yeah. This one was really cool. I would definitely
tricks.
look into that book, because I would like to know more about it. Is it supposed to be a continuation of the story, or is it?
I have no idea. I literally just remembered there's a book on this one.
All right, cool. All right, let's talk about Tatooine Rhapsody then.
We're all done. Talk about the Duel.
Wait, okay, my
I just
bad.
wanted to say, setting's really good, characters really good, action really good, style really good, animation superb. I love this animation they've made for it. The music was pretty good. Yeah, that's all I have to say, actually.
Awesome.
Tatooine Rhapsody.
Yeah, my bad, man. My bad. It's it's just because I watched it in order, and I hadn't seen it until until this week, and I was just trying to kind of get the episodes going. So the Duel, I started at the very beginning. I barely remember it, but I did like it. Anyways, Tatooine.
I think that was one of my preferred ones was the Duel. I thought that one was really good.
It's one that I would rewatch.
Tatooine Rhapsody. Let's talk about Tatooine Rhapsody. What happens in Tatooine Rhapsody? Let's just talk about this for a second. So we're introduced to this Jedi Padawan, and he survived Order 66. Doesn't matter. Doesn't come up again. Doesn't mean anything. Are you familiar with all Star Wars lore? All the main movies? What happens?
I'm familiar with Order 66.
Okay. So you kind of have to know a few things going into Visions, I feel. Yeah. Just from the main movies, at least. So
Order 66
Padawan
is important to know.
Okay, I love this scene. He escapes from Order 66. He survives. He jumps down into the van or whatever, and he just decides, I'm gonna be a rock star now. It's so funny.
Yeah. It's also one of those things that I think you would only see in anime too.
Absolutely.
But
And
I feel like this was a short that was an excuse to have a Star Wars anime.
I don't
video.
think they wanted to make a Star Wars short. I think they were just trying to make a short, and then someone was like, "Oh, we're making a Star Wars short now. Let's throw in Star Wars."
Why do you say that?
Because it doesn't really add anything to Star Wars. It being in the Star Wars universe doesn't add anything to it, and it doesn't add anything to the Star Wars universe. It's just a rock story.
Yeah, you know what? That's true. And like
So you get
characters that we know
Yeah.
from the movies, but they don't really add anything either. It's just like, oh, here's Boba Fett, here's Jabba.
And they could have ruined those characters, but they didn't. And I'll say that. They didn't ruin the characters. Good job. So what else happens? We get the member of the Hutt family who's playing the guitar. I can't remember his name. I didn't write this down, but we get him, and he like betrayed their Hutt order,
Right.
I guess. If you haven't seen Clone Wars, they go a lot more into detail about this Hutt order that all the Hutts adhere to.
Oh, okay.
And he's betrayed it. I can't remember if he betrayed it just because he was in a rock band or if it was some other reason, but he betrays it. So then the bounty hunter goes and gets him. And then it's the climax of the short, which is just them playing a song. What do you think of the song?
I thought it was a little cheesy.
I didn't like it. If I was Jabba the Hutt, I would have executed him before they were done.
Yeah, but the
And
whole point was
there's great diegetic songs that exist in Star Wars. Like,
yeah,
even in the original trilogy, you've got like the Cantina Band. They're awesome. You've got in Return of the Jedi, you've got all the Hutt music that
Right.
Jabba the Hutt himself listens to. He doesn't need to listen to this crap. He's got better stuff. And like you got the Ewoks Nub Nub they removed. I love Nub Nub. They never should have removed that. In Fallen Order, they've got like they commissioned the Who to make some like rock song for that. There's great rock songs that exist within Star Wars universe. And then they made this stuff.
Just say it. Just say it.
It's okay. It's not like the worst song I've ever heard, but I don't think it's good enough for Star Wars.
You know what?
And
I agree.
The whole short is just building up into this little rock video, and it's just not great.
Do you know who the studio is that did this?
This is Studio Colorido.
Okay, because a lot of these
I
don't know them.
They're most well known for their McDonald's anime short they made, which is amazing. If you look up McDonald's anime,
yeah,
you'll find it.
Oh, I know.
They also
I'm
made a few
well
other
aware
movies
of it.
I like. They made like Penguin Highway, A Whisker Away. Those are good movies.
Well, most well known for their McDonald's propaganda.
Yes, they're absolutely most well known for their McDonald's propaganda.
That's so funny.
So yeah, this short was "Don't follow your dreams. Jabba the Hutt will kill you." That's how I would sum it up.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
There was a really good CG shot of Mos Espa, and when I saw that shot, it brought me right back to playing Episode 1 Racer on the N64, and I was just, nostalgia. It looks just like it. They might have lifted that model right out of Episode 1 Racer, honestly. It's like this CG pan. It's like this panning shot where they move into where they race. Mm-hmm. And they're playing the music.
Yeah. I like vaguely remember it, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have to
Anything
agree
else
with
to say?
you on this one that I don't think that they were really trying to do anything. I think that they just wanted to make a rock story in the Star Wars universe. That's really all there is to it. Mm-hmm. Because one of the themes that I was noticing in all of the others is, the search or like the kyber crystals and the lightsabers and stuff, and that's not really present here. And then there's also like how the lightsaber is,
Oh yeah,
like a katana in a lot of these stories.
Repurposes his lightsaber to be a microphone.
Yeah, that's true.
That's funny.
He doesn't care about being a Jedi. He wanted
They're
to
like,
be a
oh,
rock
he's
star.
gonna fight back, and he's like, nah, guys, it's just a microphone.
That's true. Yeah.
Boba Fett dancing is dumb. I don't like it. That's what I'll have to say about that one.
So I take this one wasn't one that you cared for.
It wasn't my least favorite, but no, I didn't like that one. I don't like Tatooine Rhapsody that much.
I also kind of thought
I mean,
that
the animation's decent.
I
It's
thought that the
decent.
models look kind of like
There's one shot where, and this was in the trailers, I noticed it too, when Boba Fett is flying through the venue and his head does not look like it is attached to his body. It just looks awkwardly floating there. Are you familiar with this shot?
No, I can't picture it. Is that something that you saw people talking about online or not?
I saw no one talking about that. That was my own observation.
Oh, okay. All right. So
If I look up Star Wars Visions of Boba Fett, I'm sure I'll find that exact image, though. Yeah, I found it.
yeah.
I don't. We're recording a podcast. I don't know if I really want to plop this in our chat, but I will. That one.
Let's see. Yeah. Yeah.
His head. Just
I was
looks
looking
weird.
at that one right now. But isn't it like his body
in motion? It looks worse. Yeah, it's like his jetpack is above his body. I get it, but his jetpack is above his head. Why? It shouldn't be that big. Anyways, it's not really important.
I didn't really care for the character models on this. I feel like it looks.
They look okay.
It looks really anime, but it kind of looks like it lingers between chibi and not chibi.
Yeah, it's okay.
Alrighty, I got nothing else to add about Tatooine Rhapsody.
Nah, me neither. The twins?
The twins.
The twins?
I don't remember this story.
Imaishi's done it. He's made the best Star Wars anime. We can all go home. It's over.
All right.
This
I'll
was
let you
the
introduce
one that was like, okay, we get. I don't remember the story either. It doesn't matter. It's Trigger. It's Imaishi. I mean, there are good Trigger stories. All the stuff Imaishi's directed, like I think of Dead Leaves. I think of Sex and Violence with Mach Speed. I don't care about the story in any of those. I'm just watching the visuals. It's bombastic, awesome eye candy. I can just turn my brain off and watch it.
Yeah. I definitely thought that about the animation in the twins, but I can't tell you anything about.
Although there's some. What I love about this isn't the story; it's the amazing shot composition. There are so many just memorable visuals from this one. We get the opening shot, and it's like a classic Star Wars opening shot where like they're in space, big ship appears, but there's a twist because there's a Star Destroyer, and then bam, it's twin Star Destroyers, the twins. And there's like, what did I write here? Oh yeah, when he's like upside down on the X-wing and he's slicing through the whole Star Destroyer, it's sick.
I'm looking through some of these screenshots on the Google.
The ending shot where he's like looking up at the twin suns after he's crashed the X-wing.
Oh yeah.
Every shot of this one, I just want to make my wallpaper.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't remember it, but looking at the pictures, it's pretty cool.
And from the trailers, I thought this would just be Promare because all the characters look like Promare. It's the same character designer.
Yeah, I agree.
But surprisingly, I felt it was more like Tartakovsky Clone Wars, like the old Clone Wars cartoons. Because they're like so over the top, just Jedi, crazy action powers, which is what this was. It was very good. I liked it.
Cool. I'm sorry, man. I
Star
really
Wars
don't remember
Trigger
it.
anime.
I was actually thinking about needing to rewatch this one just because I really couldn't remember when I was thinking back on it.
I'll try and recall the plot. The plot is like, so there's these two Sith Lords and they're twins. That's the main theme of this.
Yeah.
All the twins. We got the twin Star Destroyers. They have twin Kyber crystals, and they're both needed to power like some super weapon. But one of the twins is like, nah, I don't feel like it. I'm going to be good now. He hops in an X-Wing, starts blowing shit up. Yeah. He like attacks her crystal or something like that. And then he crash lands. That's the end.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry. I'm trying.
None of the humans, all the humans are in space in this one, and they're just breathing fine.
You know what?
They don't have helmets on, but
that
then
did stick out to me.
The droid comes out, the protocol droid comes out, and he's wearing a helmet. It's so funny.
Yeah, I had a moment. I had that moment where I was like, "What?
Why does a droid need a helmet, but humans don't?" I don't care. I love it.
It's anime.
It's dumb. It's awesome.
All right, man. Let's keep chugging
through them.
Along. Yeah. The Village Bride. I thought this one was okay. I mean, it was cool. I think that it definitely the climax at the end with the girl cutting off her Padawan braid and deciding that I'm a Jedi was
Did she throw her mask away in this one?
She did throw her mask away.
Yeah. That's a recurring thing in these shorts. I noticed there's a lot of masks and them being thrown away or being destroyed. In the twins, it was destroyed. Mm-hmm. And then in the Village Bride, it was thrown away. And then in a later one, another mask gets destroyed.
The Ronin, didn't he have one too?
Did he?
I don't remember.
I know the Sith had Sith had some kind of mask, and she takes her mask off. She's got like a big afro.
Yeah, cool. That's the one I was thinking of. Never mind.
I don't think the Ronin had a mask himself, though. I think his face was just like obscured.
Oh, okay.
Obscured. Sorry if I said that word wrong.
Either way, you're good.
Either way.
Yeah, the Village Bride.
But yeah,
did
Village
you like this
Bride. One? I liked it, but I think Kinema Citrus can do a lot better. I mean, they made an Abyss, right? That was them, right? Made an Abyss looks like jaw-dropping. Holy crap, the scenery is gorgeous. And this one has just looked okay. Looked like anime background. Kevin Penkin did the music for this one. That was very good. I'm glad they got him on board. Who also did Made in Abyss.
Mm-hmm. I can see the similarities.
This one introduces environmentalist themes that kind of just stick through the rest of the shorts. Because they talk about the Magina, which is just the Force. Right. It visualizes the planet's memories, and we see the Empire was harvesting the planet, and now there's talking
about Magina. Is that how they said it? Magina. Yeah.
I think that's how they said it.
The village itself. I think it's pretty cool in because for Star Wars like even it's all in the galaxy and stuff and but it kind of seems like very rarely there is different cultures amongst the planets, or like the planets are kind of like the culture itself.
Yeah.
And so to have like a different like this little village that calls the Force by a different name is actually a really cool idea that you would.
It is cool.
Yeah.
It is cool. Although I won't say it's as unique as you might think, because in the Clone Wars and Rebels, there are a lot of episodes like that where we go to like just random village, we explore how they see the Force, and then just some conflict happens, episode ends. This felt a lot like a Clone Wars episode.
I've seen a little bit of the Clone Wars, but yeah, I can agree with that.
We got a lot of players in this one. We have the Jedi and her companion.
Yeah.
We have the guy who explains to them what's going on, just exposition man, I'll call him. We have the bride and her fiance who are being taken by the Raider chief, and then we have her sister and their group of rebels, and then we have the Empire's influence is greatly affecting this story, and then we also have the Separatists after influencers affecting this story. So we've just got a lot of players in this one. It could be a little hard to follow for someone who's not well acquainted with all Star Wars lore, I think.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it. Yeah, I guess when you break it down like that, I could see what you're saying. I kind of just took the story for what it was, but I guess
Yeah,
yeah.
it's mostly just like small stuff they mention. Not that's like why there's conflict.
Hmm.
Their explanations, all the exposition is just I don't know. I find it boring.
The sister and
Her
the
name is Saku. The sister's name is Saku. The bride's name is Haru. I can't remember if the guy's name is mentioned.
I didn't bother remembering any names.
Why would you?
I mean, this is probably the only time I'm ever gonna watch this. I don't watch a whole lot on. I mean, I subscribe to Disney Plus for this, and I'm gonna cancel it as soon as this month's over.
Watch The Mandalorian, then cancel it.
I watched season one of
Mandalorian's
it.
very good.
I watched season one of
But
it.
yeah, the Raiders go to kill Saku. Wait. What did I write here? Oh yeah, so they're about to take them away as what do you call it? Like hostages, but not in danger. I can't remember the word. Anyways, they're about to take them away, and they pull out Saku and they're like, oh, she planted bombs. And then this guy, this freaking
Exposition man.
this Raider guy, the Raider guy. Why is he such a one-dimensional villain? Like he doesn't need to do anything past this point. He's won,
Mm-hmm.
and then he just decides, nah, I'm gonna kill her.
Yeah.
And
No
then
exceptions.
that cues the Jedi to come in and like stop him. Like he had if he had just stuck with the plan, she might have not fought.
But we
Maybe.
needed her to.
Yeah, like they say, you can't change the river's flow by casting a stone. You can only change yourself by living in harmony with nature. That's the quote from that episode that stuck with me.
That's pretty cool. I was gonna. I don't. I'm so sorry. I probably should have rewatched this multiple times. Maybe taken notes.
No, it's all good.
I feel super underprepared compared to you.
I barely even took any notes, really. I just wrote down what happened. It's like, oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Anyways, what do you think of Village Bride?
I like
Village
the
Bride.
ending. I really liked when he when the one you call the exposition man, when he throws the bomb and then it like goes into the ship and blows up.
Oh, that was an exposition man. That was a different man.
Oh, was it different man?
That was her companion.
Oh, companion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of players in this one.
I guess I mixed them up. My bad.
And he absolutely based of him at the end. He stays on the planet. He doesn't go with the Jedi. He's just like, yeah, no, this planet's cool. I'm chilling here. Absolutely based of him.
It's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. But I guess, well, I mean, I don't know. It is kind of a rural village, so they probably wouldn't have. He probably wouldn't have a means of getting off the planet unless somebody else comes.
Well, he
by.
could have went with the Jedi because he was traveling with her at the beginning of the short.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like if he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna stay here, but because it's a rural village, like I guess like him deciding to stay, it means a lot more because he wouldn't just be able to leave willy-nilly.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I'm just kind of adding
It's
to
Star
your, like,
Wars.
that was pretty based. That's all. I was agreeing with you. I was adding to your...
Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah, if there's like huge conflict, wars going on, they mentioned the Empire, so that war is still going on right now. Yeah, I'll go live in some rural village.
It's safe.
Yeah, it's there's no more raiders. They got wiped out or whatever happened to them.
Did he actually say why he would stay? Like,
I don't remember.
I
I don't think he did.
have to
I think
imagine.
he was just like, I'm gonna stay here. See ya.
I have to imagine, if anything, it's probably because the guy that they sent didn't come back. So maybe if they sent somebody else, he could be like the protector. He got the bombs.
I realized I wrote more notes about the twins that I just didn't say. I just have like a couple more things to say about the twins.
All right, let's go back to the twins.
It was so in the what do they call it? The director's commentary thing for this episode. They say that this is a Japanese reinterpretation of the original Star Wars, which I thought was very strange because it is very, very different.
Yeah.
The main themes of like family and you can bring people back from being evil. Those are there, but they're animated up 100%, maybe even more.
Yeah.
Like the twins, we've got these twin Star Destroyers, we've got the twin Dark Side users, we've got the twin Kyber crystals, we've got these twin suns in Tatooine at the end, the symbolism.
Yeah.
They go all in on that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the twins. The title makes sense. Their names are Kar and Am, which I thought would mean something.
Karam.
I couldn't find a good meaning. Am means like immortal in Hebrew or Greek, and Kar means like a black in Gaelic. They don't mean anything as far as I could tell, but I feel like they do, and I just don't understand it. There's a level to this. That's all I have to say about the twins.
You sure?
So just add that back in there, but yeah.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. All good, dude. Okay.
We can talk about what might be the best short.
The
Ninth Jedi.
Production IG one?
Yes.
Yes, I would say that this one was my favorite.
I love this one.
Yeah.
I thought this one was way more a reinterpretation of the original Star Wars than the twins was. Because in this one we have the full hero's journey, which is very important to the original Star Wars. That's just the plot of Star Wars.
All right, I'm gonna let you go on.
Redone here.
Go in on this one
in a nice little way. I don't know. It's like I could just recall the whole plot of this one, and that's just it. I don't really have that much to say about this one, really.
Oh, okay.
We get like, I don't want to just like spoil the whole thing.
Well, I mean, it's been out for some time, and we don't have to necessarily spoil it in that, like, oh, here's this what happened, this what happened, this what happens. But I mean,
it has some great unexpected twists.
For sure. I really loved the misdirect, and I liked that the one guy who looks kind of bland turned out to be the only guy that was like legitimately.
Oh yeah. He wasn't perfectly good though, because he gave in to the dark side when they were all fighting. He just was reclaimed by good at the end.
Ethan? The
I was thinking the other guy.
Oh, the one that was
big blizzard guy
hiding amongst them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then his lightsaber turned purple. You know what? That was really cool that they introduced.
This one had so many good twists.
Yeah. This one was really good. But
they were Luke, I am your father level of twists in this one.
Well, okay. Go ahead.
Let's just talk about the twist.
Which one? Just all right. Let's just spoil it.
What was your favorite twist? What was your favorite twist?
It was definitely when all right, so basically the plot of this is that a bunch of there was a signal that was put out for
yes, Margrave Juro of High Islan is mining kyber crystals,
and he wants to
explicitly
get out the
during
Jedi.
a war. It's not clear which war, but during a war, he sends out a signal to gather Jedi. And then a bunch of Jedi gather. Notably early on, they plant a seed of mistrust on Juro. They're like, has anyone ever seen this Juro? Oh, I don't know. And like, maybe they're trying to turn anyone who might not be on their side yet, like, into their side. I'm not really sure.
Well, yeah, I agree with the whole misdirecting, and then them saying like, oh, the dark side is strong here,
Yes.
And when droid shows up, like he has
the droid says that
a black face, kind of to like I guess kind of continue that implement of the it's like is this a trap, you know? So the twist is that the men who arrived, or the people who showed up, they're the actual Sith who are
they are the acolytes of the Sith.
Yeah, acolytes of the Sith.
All but two of them. All but two of the Jedi that show up reveal themselves to be acolytes of the Sith.
Oh, yeah.
The first
The one,
is Ethan. The second is
Ethan.
the big lizard guy who also draws a red lightsaber because he was consumed by the dark energy of the actual acolytes. So he's like kind of a middle ground. He could turn bad.
Yeah.
Just like from their energy, he turns bad.
I like
there was more of them.
I like that. I like that this story uses the introduction of these lightsabers that kind of feed off your energy, and it depends on like like that was it was cool that they introduced that, and then had it be plot relevant.
I feel like that's never been done in Star Wars before. They've changed basic Star Wars lore just to make this plot twist work even better, which is that they've tempered lightsabers to reflect users' connection to the Force.
Exactly. And
so their color and length,
I feel like they should really lean into that beyond this story.
That would be interesting. Maybe they will in the future. Maybe it was done before and I just don't know about it, like in Old Republic or something, because I've never played those. Mm-hmm. And then main character, I love her. She's great.
Kara?
She's awesome Genki girl, daughter of the blacksmith. She can't fully make a lightsaber. Hers is like all grayed out.
Yeah, like almost a little bit cleared, right?
And then later, when she's fighting, she gets resolvement, because this is the hero's journey's plot, and she's at that part of the hero's journey where she knows she has to like fight, and then her lightsaber turns. What color did it turn? I think
green.
It was green. It turns green.
Yeah, it turns green.
Is great.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that symbolism.
Yeah, and then that other Jedi they were talking about, the one that was hiding amongst the Siths. That was the second twist, I think, that I liked, when it turns back to purple, when he like kind of snaps out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that it was purple, because I think kind of connecting it to
Homan. His name was Homan.
Homan, kind of thinking back to like Mace Windu, who he like his whole thing is that he kind of teetered on he was a Jedi, but he kind of teetered with the dark side a little bit. That was the reason he had a purple.
I believe
lightsaber.
That's Legends now, but yeah.
Oh,
I believe that's no longer canon, but it was canon at one point. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of like that they referenced that or paid homage to that, I guess.
I like when the fight starts. They all wield their red lightsabers, and Juro immediately reveals himself, and first thing he does is chop a dude in half. I'm like, awesome. I love it. Yeah. There's a cool speeder fight where they're
oh yeah. When
the blacksmith's
Kara's,
daughter,
she's
Kara,
running away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's running away from the people that just came and like attacked her father. And they're on the speeder bike going through the trees, and they've taken the speeder bike chase scene from Return of the Jedi, and they've just upped the scale a little, because she's got her lightsaber on, flinging blaster shots back.
Yeah.
And then she jumps off and just takes him out in a clean sweep. And the music was really good in this one. It felt like Star Wars.
Yeah,
I could have sworn John Williams composed this if I knew it wasn't.
Is that something you think you can find out real quick or no?
I know it's not, because I watched the director's commentary thing and they talked about the orchestra at length. I don't remember who it was, but not John Williams.
But heavily inspired.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the way to do it if you're gonna make a Star Wars.
There are other ways.
Oh, okay.
Like the Mandalorian soundtrack, very good. The new Star Wars game that was just announced at the Game Awards the other day, that soundtrack's very un-Star Wars, but it fits very well. And the soundtrack in Akakiri, which we'll talk about later, is also very different and very good and fits, even though it doesn't sound like Star Wars.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
At the end of Ninth Jedi...
you know what? I don't know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
At the end of Ninth Jedi, there's just a big exposition dump. They're like, oh, we've got to help me go get my father. Oh, you'll become one of the Ninth Jedi. 4 aren't accounted for in this short. They could expand on this. They could expand greatly on this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the short. That's the short film. Ninth Jedi. Anything else to say? Oh, wait, I have one more thing to say.
I was going to... all right, yeah, go ahead.
The aerial temple that they go to is awesome. It's like a space... It's like a cathedral in space.
Yeah.
That at first it looks upside down, like it's floating in space upside down, but then at the end we see it flip over and it's actually like a lightsaber in space going into the planet.
All right.
It's awesome.
That's what I was going to talk. That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to mention. That was really cool. And it really goes with the theme of this short film. But I think that's pretty much. I really like this one. I would love to see it expanded upon. And, I would love to see, other sabersmiths.
Yeah.
Like kind of.
What a unique concept.
Yeah.
Sabersmith. Because in Star Wars lore, all the Jedis have to go and build their own lightsabers, but in this lore, there's a guy that just builds them. Let's follow that. It's so interesting.
Right.
And he has a badass moment where they like shoot at him and he just blocks the blaster shot with his hand and knocks it into the furnace.
Yeah. I think
badass.
I think this that type of the sabersmith thing, it really leans into the whole, Japanese culture in Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And I say this just because I have my Rurouni Kenshin retrospective, and
yes,
in the story right now, his blade just broke, and he's gonna have to go search out the smith that created his unique blade. So I don't know, it just really cool stuff, man. Awesome. I'm glad it's here. I would like to see I really just like some of the sabers that we see, that they're very unique to, I think, what Star Wars Visions presents. I'm trying to think of where it was. I think it might be in the Elder, that the Elder had he had like the twin blades, the twin blades that they looked more katana-like.
I can't quite remember.
Okay. Well, anyways, I really don't have much more to say about the Ninth Jedi, but I think that this one's my favorite. I'm guessing that this one's on your top of the list too.
I should have made like a ranking or something. I have them all written here. Let me think about it. Yeah, top 3, maybe.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
Definitely top 5.
Top 9.
Top 9 Star Wars Visions. All of them.
All right. Let's go to T0B1.
TOB1.
TOB1. My bad.
Why is he called TOB1?
TOB1.
I saw someone say somewhere that it was because Dr. Mitaka's son was called Toby and he died. But I don't think that's true because he's a Jedi. So he doesn't have children.
Right. He wouldn't.
I don't know why someone said that, but it is stuck in my head, specifically because it is wrong. What'd you think of this one?
I thought it was cute.
That
not
good
one
summary.
Of my favorite.
I thought it was cute too. I thought it was like Mighty Atom. What's the English word for that? Astro Boy.
That's yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was like Astro Boy, Mighty Atom.
Yeah.
And then
exactly
in the director's commentary, they kept calling it like Pinocchio, and that's when I realized Astro Boy is just Pinocchio. Mind blown.
Dude, I have that in my notes, and I just Astro Boy Pinocchio inspired story, right? And I had no idea that yeah, I did not link them together, but for sure right now that you just said that, oh yeah, of course. In my head I had them like completely separated.
Is my mic working? There we go. We've got sorry. What was I gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say that in this one, this is where the whole Kyber crystals theme, like throughout all of Visions, really kind of started to come to the kind of like, I guess.
And this one keeps Star Wars lore intact.
Yeah.
To a much higher extent than the other ones, actually, because he is like, if he wants to be a Jedi Padawan, he's got to go find a Kyber crystal and build his lightsaber. This is in Star Wars lore. It's specifically stated they must do that in Clone Wars and Rebels.
I watched a little bit of Star Wars YouTube, and I remember knowing that or finding that out on one of those videos.
Star Wars Explained. Love that channel.
Yeah. Such a cool guy. I haven't seen him in a long time, but yeah, I'm aware of the like having to find your own Kyber crystal, and I like how he did it too. But there was one shot that kind of stood out to me where it was just the one shot, but it would redraw him in different positions, but it was the same shot as it to kind of like, I guess, display him like looking up and down, but it's like, dude, you're looking in the same spot.
Oh. But he's looking up and down with the Force. He's expanding his mind beyond what he can see.
I guess when you put
I don't actually remember that scene, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
All right.
But yeah, we've got the droid, and he wants to be a Jedi. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And they use a lot of Star Wars quotes. They like repurpose them. Like Yoda saying, "Adventure, excitement, a Jedi seeks not these things." But instead, Dr. Mitaka says it to TOB1. He's like, "Adventure, excitement. I'm afraid being a Jedi is not as glamorous as it seems."
Yeah. Yeah, that line stood out to me, too.
It's like, I've got a bad feeling about this. They explain the Force a similar way. And when Dr. Mitaka dies, spoilers, afterwards, he says, "Use the Force." Just like Obi-Wan in A New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
When I first watched this, I didn't notice. Dr. Mitaka does not have any arms. They have been lost. He just has sleeves.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
It was pointed out in the story, and I didn't notice it right away.
It was pointed out after he died, though, so I didn't notice.
Yeah, and then I think they kind of give like a little flashback of him, and then you see that he just has the sleeves, and I'm like, oh, okay. I just figured that he just had really long sleeves.
I mean, yeah.
Considering.
Good character design that tells a story with just the character design. They don't go into how he lost his arms.
Yeah.
I hate when things do that. They just feel like they need to explain everything. Star Wars is privy to such things. Why does Solo exist? Anyways, getting off track here. This one's really fun, cute. There's a fun montage where he's looking for the Kyber crystal. He's going all over. There's like a big time lapse of him looking in places.
That's the scene I was talking about, by the way.
Yes, you are right. I remember now what you were talking about. He was definitely not expanding his mind with the Force in that scene. He was just being a dumb idiot.
It was just because it was the same shot and just looking up, down, and like the same.
No, they move him. They move him around just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of him being a dumbass, he goes in the ship in the basement and he sends out a call. This is a call to all Jedi. Immediately intercepted by Inquisitors.
And,
awesome.
In that way, he kind of kills the doctor.
Yes, he is completely at fault here. But he's a dumb droid who's only known this planet all his life.
Yeah.
I'll give him some slack. It wasn't entirely his fault. It's not like Dr. Mitaka ever said to him, "Hey, there's a war going on and all Jedi are being hunted by Inquisitors." Which also sets us up very nicely into where this fits in the Star Wars timeline. The person that comes after him is not a Sith. They are explicitly an Inquisitor. I love that.
Can you tell me what an Inquisitor is?
Are you familiar with the Inquisitors?
No.
So, this is why I hate Star Wars. The Inquisitors first showed up in the Darth Vader comics, and they have since been appearing in multiple, iterations of whatever Star Wars media.
Mm-hmm.
So there's so many of them, and they're specifically Force users that have been hired to hunt down the remaining Jedi after Order 66.
Oh.
So anyone who's still living, they send Inquisitors after them, because Vader's not going to do all that work himself.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
They are very important in Rebels. They're very important in Fallen Order.
So this is in the way that you mean that this one specifically sticks really close to the lore?
Yeah, he's explicitly referred to as an Inquisitor, which puts us right down on the Star Wars timeline after Order 66, before A New Hope. We know exactly when this is happening.
Okay, cool.
Although now that I think about it, there were drawings of AT-ATs in his room, and those haven't been invented yet, so now I'm confused. Star Wars, keep your lore consistent.
All right, man.
But yeah, Inquisitor is just an excuse to have villains that wield lightsabers that aren't Siths.
Okay. All right, then.
We got a cool fight, awesome fight with him fighting the Inquisitor. There's lightning going on in the background because he's reviving the planet. He fights him with steam and it just doesn't work. But I commend him for trying. And then he wins the fight and he continues Dr. Mitaka's research. That's TOB1. Good fun little short. Thanks, Science Saru.
Yeah, I the only thing I really have to say about it is just that it's cute, and I liked it, just not a lot.
Very true.
Yeah. All right, man, let's go on to the Elder. I would say that this one was...
This was the worst.
Yeah.
This was straight up the worst one.
It was just boring.
It's 15 minutes. I think 12 of those are just expository dialogue with mouth flaps.
Dude, I wasn't even able to keep up with what they were trying to explain. I specifically remember...
It's boring.
Yeah.
It's boring and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, ultimately.
He calls him the Jedi who knows it all about the Outer Rim. That's what the Padawan says to the older guy, as a joke, but I wasn't laughing because it wasn't funny. I'm laughing now, though. I said that.
Yeah, okay, let's go to the Outer Rim for no reason.
They needed one that took place during the Clone Wars. And Trigger wanted to make a second one, I guess.
Okay. It's just...
They follow the Jedi and Padawan. I like to see it, although the link between these two characters, not as good as just watching an episode of the Clone Wars where we get to see Obi-Wan and Anakin banter.
Right.
They're just knockoffs of them. They find the elderly man on the desolate planet. They find this ship that resembles a Sith ship. They split up. The Padawan finds a Vamga carcass. He's like, oh, it's been sliced in half by a lightsaber.
Right.
And then the Elder appears. I did like the Elder. He's a good character.
Yeah. You know what I really liked about him was his eyes. His eyes, I feel like it... His
eyes are yellow.
Yeah, exactly.
His eyes are yellow like a Sith's.
Exactly. That's what really stood out to me. I'm like, cool. I'm with it.
I like that we see him as a Sith, but the Padawan asks, are you a Sith? And he's like, the Sith all wiped each other out, which isn't really an answer, but it shows us he rejects the Sith's ideology. He just wants to fight people. Good character development. He's seeking a worthy challenge. I like that. It makes him interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the villain in Village Bride, which just did evil stuff because I'm evil. Nah, he's searching for a challenge. He doesn't even kill the Padawan. He knocks him out with somehow slicing him through the stomach. He knocks him out. Okay, but he does that to get the stronger Jedi to come after him.
Yeah, he's like, all right, man, you can be my bait.
He's smart, but he loses because he's old.
And that's pretty much the theme of the story. Everybody has to come down that hill.
You get older, and then you stop enjoying anime that are just mouth flaps. That's what happens. Go down that route.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's move on because I really don't care about this one. I think you said it all with the Elder. The Elder was really cool.
I like that he blows his ship up and turns to ash instead of giving away any information, even though he's not a Sith.
Yeah, that was really
He literally
cool.
just does it to be petty. Like, what does it matter to him if they find out the Sith? You're not one.
That's true.
But he blows himself up and turns to ash anyways.
That is true.
I love it. Lop and Ocho?
Lop and Ocho. I think Lop and Ocho was my second favorite.
I would also put this in top 3, but I feel like I might have said that about 4 by now. I like Star Wars Visions. It's very good. Aside from the 2 I didn't like, really liked it. Overall.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lop and Ocho.
I think that this one had really good themes of family. With like
Absolutely.
Like I think that they carried it out in a good way. I would really like to know more about the division that caused the daughter to kind of, I guess, pick like the
Empire.
The Empire. I mean, obviously she something occurred to her with the Empire, like that they enticed her into kind of turning her back on the relationship she has with her dad.
Yes. Not really explained. I also would like to see that because it is interesting.
And I think that, because I have it on my notes right here. I think that this is one of those good, like, proof of concept pilot type episodes where they could, do like a timeline or like in between episodes, from like the intro bit to, like maybe
them growing up.
Yeah.
Because they skip 7 years.
Exactly. And then
so we get
Lop is.
Let's talk about the plot of this one. We get a slave. She runs away. Her name is Lop. She becomes part of this Yakuza family just because the boss's daughter asks.
Can we adopt her? Yeah.
Can we adopt her? You can't just go around adopting people. She's like, well, what if I ask nicely? And then they adopt her. They have a classic Star Wars opening in this one as well, where it's like all in space and then a planet appears.
Yeah.
This one has some strong environmental themes going on as well.
It seems like that's the driving force
it's a
between
recurring theme,
Ocho.
Yeah. Village Bride, Ninth Jedi. I can't remember if that one really had any environmental themes. TOB1, definitely environmental themes. Because he's like trying to bring life back to the planet. Lop and Ocho, some small environmental themes. The Empire is mining this planet for resources, which is the main conflict going on here, because Bossy Sabarot does not want that to be happening. He thinks it's going to bring the whole planet into war, which is reasonable, as it's happened to many other places.
I mean,
and Ocho's like, nah, they'll protect us. I believe in them.
Which is just very naive.
And they fight over it.
I think when Ocho grows up, she just seems like such a different character from that when she was introduced as a kid.
Ocho's the one character I didn't like the English dub for. She sounds
this is her?
Way worse in English.
Okay.
I gotta mention that.
All right. I was wondering who it was, but I didn't. I figured it wasn't really worth asking. But cool. I'm glad you mentioned that. I mean, I liked who she is in this story. I like how in the end, like, there really isn't a resolution. Like, she just dips and like this shit ain't over, but I'll be back.
Yeah.
Like,
so they actually talk about that to great length in the
commentary,
the director's commentary about the ending, because they call it wabi sabi. I'd never heard of this before, but it's like a Japanese idea of making something that's incomplete, which makes it like more perfect than if they had completed it.
Oh. Okay.
Which is why they're not going to continue this one. It's straight up done. This is the whole story.
Oh.
I fully believe that.
Well, now that you mention
which
that.
is interesting. I don't know if I agree with it,
Mm-hmm.
but it is there for a purpose.
Okay. Dang.
There's some. Just moving on to more stuff I like about this one. Classic Star Wars wipes with that transition just across the screen. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that was in more things that weren't Star Wars.
I know which one. I know what
It's
wipe
just
you're
funny.
talking about. Yeah.
It's just funny to me. You haven't played Fallen Order, have you?
No, I haven't played any Star Wars game really.
That's a great game, but the droid that appears in this one is the same kind of droid that appears in Fallen Order.
The droid
that was
here.
introduced there. It's TD.
Okay.
His name is TD, and he is a. I don't know what the D stands for, but this BD in Fallen Order. They're the same kind of droid.
Okay.
Love it.
The droid here reminded me of the There's a droid also in the game Eastward. So, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, that's what it reminded me of. But I mean, I'm guessing that the one you're talking about from Fallen Order is it's the same one, so they just brought it here.
I can't remember if it's exactly the same, but it's like at least a similar looking design. It's implied to be the same droid. Not the same droid, but the same, like, what do you call it? Model of droid.
I felt it when the droid died. Or
Yeah, the droid dies. It's so sad.
yeah, it was like, well, it was like her way of like shattering the family because the droid would display the picture that they took when they first met. You know, it was like kind of like cutting those family ties.
Yeah, so for Ocho's character progression here is very interesting. Because at first she's like, oh, I want Lop to be part of my family. She's happy. And then we see she wants to protect that happiness, but in her own way. And she resolves very strongly to join the Empire. We see her cut her hair,
Yeah,
which is way more significant in Japanese media. It's such an anime thing to do.
yeah, yeah.
cuts her
I think
hair.
I had a like, they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, she cuts off her father's last remaining eye. Badass.
yeah,
Just to stop him.
I did not see that one coming. Like when it happened, I'm like, oh, I guess he's done. And then his
good
dad
job.
even
He
says
stopped him.
Yeah,
It worked.
His dad goes, yeah, like I can't fight this. I got. She took out my one good eye.
Yeah. She destroys a droid, shows the image, and it's great. I really love this one. That's beautiful art. The backgrounds are especially beautiful in this one, much more so than all the other ones. The animation's very good.
I also
love the
really
character
like the
designs.
I also really like the way the colors look a little washed out.
Yeah, they've applied it looks like Megalobox, where they've tried to make it look like a 2000s show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a filter or what do you think it is?
I don't know. It might be a filter. It might just be the way they animated it.
Okay.
I'm not really sure. In Megalobox, it's a filter.
Okay.
They've applied over the whole thing.
Okay, that's cool. All right, man. So let's move on to Akakiri. Or you got any more
I'm
thoughts
just thinking,
on?
do I have anything else to say about this? I like when she gets the lightsaber, and it's like a family heirloom in this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what? I really like the way it was designed too. It was not Akakiri. We're still on Lop and Ocho, but and like it just pisses Ocho off. I think that's where she made the resolve to like
Yes,
to disown Lop.
I love Lop's character design especially so much.
Mm-hmm.
She's like a bunny girl. It's awesome, and they took a species that existed in the Star Wars comics, and they're like, oh, what if we just make a female version of that? So she is a species already canon to Star Wars.
Oh, cool.
She has a cool Dragon Ball Scouter.
She does.
Love that.
Yeah, she does.
She takes it off. They're like, look at it. He's like, look at it with your own eyes.
Yeah.
He's like, he's my cool Dragon Ball Scouter. She has an umbrella, which she uses to fly. Awesome. There's a scene where she's on the speeder, and there's like a blockade, and she drives the speeder off the road and lifts up her umbrella and just flies away. I love that. It's so anime. Let's talk about Akakiri.
All right, man. I didn't really like Akakiri.
What?
Yeah, I liked bits of it. I think it really reminded me of Shampoo. But I didn't really care all that much for the story. I was kind of over it by the time that I got to Akakiri.
It feels very Masaki Yuasa.
Okay.
So like Ping Pong, the animation, Devilman Crybaby, Kaiba. It feels like all of those.
Mm-hmm. I can see
the animation, the art style. I don't think it was Masaki Yuasa, but it is Science Saru, his studio.
Oh, okay. I mean, I love unique character designs for sure. In that
very
way.
Unique.
Yeah, like it's still anime, but it almost doesn't look like anime. And
I like the soundtrack.
The soundtrack stood out.
Oriental drums and chanting.
Yeah, the soundtrack is what stood out to me. It reminded me of Samurai Champloo.
I could see that. Yeah.
I think
I like Akakiri.
Okay, I think that this one was kind of a not
a downer to end it on. That's for sure.
It did kind of just end. But what I was gonna say about it, I think what it was, I guess like what they were probably going for was that like Anakin wasn't the only one with the forbidden love.
Yeah, this is like it's a retelling of Anakin's story, really, is what it is. So what do you like more, this or the prequels?
I like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're just showing him killing people right off the start. Yeah. So we're like, oh, there's a Jedi killing people. That's intense. He could turn bad. And there's this whole theme in this one about destiny. Like he's having visions of people he loves dying. It said that the one comic relief character that got lost, the other comic relief character says, oh, he's destined to die. And that really pisses the Jedi off, Tsubaki. Wait, no, Tsubaki's the princess.
No, Tsubaki was the guy.
No, Tsubaki's the guy.
Yeah, he was the Jedi.
Yeah, that pisses Tsubaki off so much that he goes right back into that mist and goes and grabs him. Love that. And then there's like, at the end, Masago, the Sith, is like, it's your destiny to join me. And like, it was. All that stuff except the dude dying came true.
Yeah. Because
he gave in to the temptation of the dark side, just like Anakin. Oops.
Okay. All right. I think I have to rewatch this one.
Okay, I can see why you don't like it though, because there is a lot of just traveling, which doesn't really add anything to the story here. It's just we see them traveling around. I think it's fun to watch just because of the way they're animated.
Yeah,
but it doesn't really add much.
I did like the ending where he does join them at the end. But I also
it's such a good scene.
Like
because he's blind with rage. The whole screen just turns red for the rest of the episode. It's just everything is red. He's blind with the dark side, and he's just killing anyone with a mask. And then Masago sends Misa, the girl princess. She just pushes him up, and he just kills her too because she's wearing a mask. It's like, oh no, what have I done? It's just like Anakin killing Padme in episode 3.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
And then she offers him power, and he takes it. But unlike episode 3, he actually gets power. And without power, you can change nothing.
What did the commentary say on this one?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. All right then.
I watched the commentary back when it came out. I didn't rewatch those.
Oh no, I don't blame you. Okay, cool.
But yeah, it works. He brings Misa back to life and becomes Masago's apprentice.
And then he just
what a bummer ending. What a bummer ending.
Brings her back to life, but he just leaves.
That's just the end. He just leaves with Masago. Yeah. That's the end of it.
Star Wars visions.
Hey, sometimes destiny hurts. I don't really know what the main idea of that would be, but I liked watching it. and that's all that matters.
That's good, man. I'm really glad you enjoyed rewatching this. And so I guess kind of recounting, your thoughts on all of this. Do you feel like you could come up with at least a top 3 or no?
No, I can only come up with the top 5.
Okay. In no specific order?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ninth Jedi, Duel, Twins, Akakiri, Lop and Ocho.
Okay.
TOB1's right under those. Village Bride right under those. Rhapsody second last. Elder bottom. I don't like the Elder. That was the worst of this by far.
I was disappointed too because I was like, when the Trigger Presents came up again, I was like, oh cool, and then I was just like, this sucked. I would say for me it would be what did I say? The Ninth Jedi, Lop and Ocho, and the Duel.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, because I feel like the Duel was just such a good, solid starter for.
They started off so strong with the Duel.
Mm-hmm.
Kamikaze Doga, oh my gosh, they're on my radar now. Did we not talk about? I feel like there's a studio we didn't talk about. Science Saru, blah blah blah. Geno Studio did Lop and Ocho. They've done what else? They've done nothing else except Golden Kamui.
Huh.
This is like their second anime. Everyone else is prolific, and then they just have Golden Kamui. I don't know if you're a fan of Golden Kamui.
Have you seen it?
I've seen like most of the first season.
Okay, I got a friend who's like big on Golden Kamui, but I haven't gotten around to watching it.
Geno Studio on my list now. Kamikaze Doga on my list now, even though they did Batman Ninja before. Mm-hmm. Everyone else already on my list. Studios I like.
So this was just a treat for you, man. Like the universe
absolutely.
just threw you a bone. That's cool.
Absolutely. They've thrown me another bone too.
What's that?
Not Disney, but Studio Wit making the anime Bubble with Tetsuo Araki directing, Genro Bochi writing the script, Hiroyuki Sawano doing the music. Just all this is like, I don't know.
Okay. Maybe
I'm just embarrassing myself by saying this, but I love all of those so much.
No, that's cool, man. That's cool. I it's all about I'm all for people kind of geeking out about the things that they like, and if you just want to kind of have a moment for yourself, like cool. I'll give you a pat on the back on that.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about Star Wars Visions.
Me too, man. But thanks a lot for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I will say one thing, slightly adjacent.
What's up?
Disney Plus is releasing more anime. Is it because of this? I don't know. Is this to look forward to? I look forward to some of them, not a lot. But they have 4 anime in the works. They have a Black Rock Shooter sequel, a sequel to Tatami Galaxy, Yojohan Time Machine Blues, their mobile game anime adaptation, Twisted Wonderland, and then some other thing I've never heard of, Summertime Rendering.
Okay.
Why are they making anime now? There's too many anime licensors. Just torrent stuff. I give the worst advice. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
All right, man. Well, where can everybody find you?
Twitter, Spotify. I make music, by the way.
Oh, by the way, before actually recording, I listened to your new single. How do you pronounce it? Because I know what you're going for.
Punk rock.
Okay, cool.
Punk with 2 Ks because it's KK Slider. You get it?
Yeah. Yeah. It was great. It was a really, really fun track.
Great being here.
Mm-hmm. I really, really liked it. I added
Thank you for inviting me to talk on the Hi Mom podcast. Awesome. Hi Mom. She won't watch this. I appreciate the standalone visions. Nice talking to you.
Thanks a lot, Chase. All right, bye. Or hi, Mom.
Okay,
bye. Mom.
Bye.
I'm so sorry.
Hi, Mom. Bye, Mom.
All right. I'm gonna leave links. I'm gonna leave links to to your Spotify and your Bandcamp and all of that in the show notes. I'll leave your Twitter up if you want. Is that cool?
Absolutely.
Awesome, man. Awesome. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for coming on. I really, really appreciate it. You ever want to come on? You're always welcome, man. So we'll just we'll close it up with hi, mom. Bye, mom.
Bye.